most issues in IMD report resolved in first quarter this year. 83.7 billion ringgit approved investments recorded in first quarter 2024. Hello, good evening and Salam Malaysia Madani. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shuhaida Arifin and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Most of the issues highlighted in the 2024 World Competitiveness Ranking Report by the International Institute for Management Development (IMD) have been resolved in the first quarter of this year. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, who also serves as Finance Minister, pointed out that one of the concerns addressed was the implementation of subsidy targeting by the government, noting that this matter has since been resolved. He affirmed that the government will openly scrutinise all aspects, including strengths and weaknesses, and ensure expedited improvements. Additionally, the Prime Minister acknowledged that the report had highlighted concerns about the ringgit, noting improvements across all highlighted areas.
Peningkatan. Jadi dua isu yang paling berat yang ditegur ialah soal ringgit dan soal penyasaran subsidi. Tapi kita Jemaah Menteri semalam melihat dalam konteks ini dan melihat cara lebih terbuka, melihat apa kekuatan dan apa kelemahan. Dan syukur Alhamdulillah kerana beberapa teguran itu diambil kira dan semua insya-Allah akan bekerja lebih pantas dan cekap untuk perbaiki.
Datuk Seri Anwar said this to reporters at the inaugural Asia ESG Positive Impact Consortium, EPIC event in Kuala Lumpur today. Malaysia declined in the International Institute for Management Development (IMD's) 2024 World Competitiveness Ranking is due to the weakness of the ringgit last year, according to Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry MITI, Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul Abdul Aziz. He explained that based on the Ministry's preliminary study of the report, the primary reason for the country's drop in the index from 27th place in 2023 to the 34th spot in 2024 was the reliance on 2023 data to measure national competitiveness.
Based on our preliminary study, one of the main issues ialah satu, we need to be mindful yang data yang ada yang diumumkan oleh IMD untuk World Competitiveness Ranking ini adalah berdasarkan data tahun lepas, tahun 2023 berbanding dengan tahun 2022 lah. So there is a 1-year lag.
Elaborating further, Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul said the ringgit's weakness last year had various implications, including the evaluation of investments, productivity and efficiency, which is closely related to the currency's value, consequently reflecting concerns about economic stability. Malaysia has slipped by 7 places to rank at 34th out of 67 countries in the IMD's World Competitiveness Ranking 2024 after ranking 27th in the index last year. The Asia-Pacific region, Malaysia slid by 4 spots to the 10th position out of 14 countries. On another note, Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul said Malaysia recorded a total value of 83.7 billion ringgit in approved investments across various sectors for the period from January to March 2024, representing a 13% increase from 74.1 billion ringgit in the same period last year. Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul said approved investments of almost 84 billion ringgit for the first quarter this year also reflects on how Malaysia has earned investors' trust.
InsyaAllah dia akan berterusan momentum ini, tetapi ada banyak isu yang mungkin challenging juga kerana dari segi isu perdagangan geopolitik yang berlaku di antara peperangan trade war ni di antara China dan US. So we have to monitor this closely.
He said this after launching the Bursa Malaysia Berhad's Centralised Sustainability Intelligence (CSI) solution in the nation's capital today. Meanwhile, Tengku Datuk Seri Zafrul said in a statement that working closely with the Malaysian Investment Development Authority (MIDA), MITI has delivered not just the investment numbers but also the speedy realisation to quickly translate these investments into business opportunities for small and medium enterprises (SMEs) and jobs for Malaysians. He said the real proof of Malaysia's competitiveness is in the actual continuous inflow of investments into key target sectors outlined by the new Industrial Master Plan NIMP 2030, including in high-growth industries such as semiconductors, data centres, renewable energy and electric vehicles. MIDA Chief Executive Officer Sheikh Samsu Ibrahim said the first quarter 2024 investment performance is a testament to MITI and MIDA's tireless dedication to attracting investors and nurturing a fertile ground for growth and innovation. Malaysia welcomes the interest and confidence shown by international investors in participating in the implementation of government policies. In a post on X, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim said this reflects the solid foundation and priorities of the Madani government in implementing policies that resonate with both the public and the business community. Earlier, Datuk Seri Anwar received a courtesy visit from China Silk Road Group Chairman Dr. Yan Li Jin, accompanied by China Tianying Incorporated CNTY Chairman Yang Xingjun and Changli Special Automobile Limited CLW Chairman Cheng Aluo. In the same post, he added that discussions focused on the technological and knowledge support the industry leaders like CNTY and CLW can provide, particularly regarding the implementation of the National Energy Transition Roadmap (NETR). Meantime, Datuk Seri Anwar has urged all parties, particularly the opposition, not to politicise BlackRock's purported involvement in the restructuring of Malaysia's Airport Holding Berhad (MAHB). The Prime Minister said, while everyone has the right to disagree with the government, they should not undermine its efforts in raising issues concerning Gaza. He said that from his own perspective and the government, both had shown a firm stand when facing world powers in support of the Palestinian cause, such as meeting Hamas leaders despite being pressured against doing so.
Ataupun syarikat yang ada kepentingan BlackRock operasi di Kelantan, di Selangor, di Sarawak, di seluruh negara dan di pasaran saham. Jadi saya sementara akan keras memperjuangkan dan membela nasib rakyat Palestin khususnya di Gaza, ya, berdepan dengan siapa saja, tapi saya tidak mahu melemahkan kekuatan ekonomi negara.
He said this to reporters after performing Friday prayers at the Tun Abdul Aziz Mosque in Petaling Jaya today. Datuk Seri Anwar also said the government had firmly decided to cancel cooperation with all companies based in Israel. However, he mentioned that the same action could not be taken for Israeli-linked companies operating in other countries to ensure that the national economy was not adversely affected. The number of persons with disabilities who are using rapid rail and rapid bus service has jumped up to 49%. This comes after Prasarana Malaysia Berhad Prasarana introduced OKU Smile Pass. In a statement, Prasarana informed that last month, more than 200,000 total usage was recorded from that group. The OKU Smile Pass initiative also received an encouraging response with more than 6,000 newly registrations received. Of that number, 409 people have been successfully registered after the 5 series of tours carried out across the country. To those who wish to apply for the relevant pass, must bring their identification card and OKU card issued by the Welfare Department for verification purposes. Users would obtain their card within 10 to 15 minutes with a fee as low as RM5. Applications for concession cards can be made online through the website www.myrapid.com.my. The introduction of this initiative is a follow-up to the announcement by Transport Minister Anthony Loke on December 21st about a free fare incentive for the disabled community. Coming up next, a special police team formed to monitor 3R issues in Sungai Bakap polls. Lembaga Tabung Haji TH has been named the recipient of the Saudi Arabian Labaitom Award for the third consecutive year in Best Service for Customer Satisfaction category. According to Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Religious Affairs, Datuk Dr. Muhammad Naim Mokhtar, the success is the result of the efforts from various parties, especially TH, who is constantly improving the level of service. In addition, the national pilgrims who are knowledgeable and good discipline are also the factors to this award.
Anugerah ini sudah tentu merupakan satu pengiktirafan yang secara konsisten diberikan oleh kerajaan Arab Saudi. Yang tabung haji jemaah haji Malaysia ini memang menjadi benchmark kepada jemaah-jemaah haji yang lain, menjadi contoh yang terbaik kepada negara-negara lain dalam konteks pengurusan haji secara keseluruhannya.
The award presented by the Minister of Hajj and Umrah of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Taufik Rabiah, in a ceremony held recently. Meanwhile, Dr. Muhammad Naim informed that TH will hold a closing meeting to assess the level of service provided. This includes discussing all complaints received and making improvements for next Hajj season. Police have formed a special task force to monitor those playing up the sensitive topics of race, religion and royalty 3R throughout the campaigning period for the Sungai Bakap by-election, which will kick off tomorrow. Pulau Pinang Police Chief Datuk Hamzah Ahmad said the task force will take stern action against those touching on the issues during their campaign trail. At a media conference today, he also advised political parties to apply for permits early for the purpose of holding talks and other campaigning activities.
Ketua Polis Daerah Seberang Perai Selatan telah berjumpa dengan wakil-wakil calon dan telah memberi sedikit sebanyak tentang perkara-perkara yang dikatakan yang boleh dan yang tak boleh dilakukan dalam tempoh pilihan raya ini berlangsung. Utama sekali berkaitan dengan isu-isu 3R, religion, race dengan royalty. Jadi isu-isu 3R ni kita cuba nasihatkan orang ramai ataupun parti-parti yang bertanding untuk dielakkan daripada menggunakan isu-isu ni sebagai kempen ataupun berkaitan dengan meraih sokongan.
He said 600 police personnel will be on duty tomorrow and 12 teams will be assigned to ensure the by-election proceeds smoothly and safely. The Election Commission has set 6 July as polling day for the Sungai Bakap by-election and 22nd June as nomination day, while early voting will be on 2nd July. The by-election was called following the death of the State Assemblyman Nur Zamri Latif on 24th May due to stomach inflammation. The clean-up work on the beaches of Sungai Ringgit and Teluk Ramunia following a ship collision at Pasir Panjang Terminal, Singapore, which resulted in the spill of marine fuel oil, MFO, in Pengerang waters, has officially started at 9:30 a.m. today. It involved pollution along 1 kilometre of coastline with an estimated 400 tonnes of oil spill. State Health and Environment Committee Chairman Ling Tian Soon said the cleanup work on both beaches was done with coordination from various parties and agencies. According to him, the insurance company responsible for the shipping company involved in the incident has appointed a contractor capable of cleaning these chemicals to carry out the cleaning work. while continuous monitoring is carried out by the Johor Environment Department, Kota Tinggi District Office, the Marine Department and other agencies. Singapore's Department of Environment also contributed their expertise to ensure the incident could be resolved. A ship collision last Friday at a port in Pasir Panjang Terminal, Singapore, has resulted the oil spill. A tornado struck in Kedah and destroyed 4 houses in Anak Bukit, Kuala Kedah. The incident, which happened at 4:45 p.m. yesterday, has caused the roof of the houses to being blown away. The disaster hit 3 houses in Kampung Teluk Binasa, Mukim Padang Hang, and 1 house in Kampung Kubang Teduh.
Rumah ada kedai, anak ada rumah. Dia telefon saya kata rumah tak ni apa. Ni bumbung tak ada lah dah. Ibu dia angkit. Tu lah. Bila dia main tengok tu, bah dah rumah. Basah habis sampai kain baju pun basah. Tu lerak habis. Barang-barang apa di rumah ni, lerak habis. Petik air apa semua TV semua lingkap. Habis. Tak apa.
In the meantime, Chairman of Madani Community Anak Bukit State Assembly, Dato' Abdul Muttalib Harun, spent his time visiting the affected residents. He also delivered small contributions to them.
Dan saya akan membuat hubungan semula dengan pihak jabatan yang terlibat, follow up dengan jabatan terlibat bagi menyegerakan bantuan. Kerana ada satu rumah ada warga emas yang perlu tinggal di rumah yang selesa. Kerana kita baru saja selesaikan bumbung ni sementara saja, kita letakkan sementara bagi supaya tidak berlaku lagi kerosakan pada rumah mangsa-mangsa ribut ni.
On another note, 3 houses and a surau in Kampung Goa, Said Alwi were severely damaged due to a landspout which was caused by intense rainfall and strong winds this morning. According to Indra Kayangan Assemblyman Gan A. Ling, her team together with the Council of Islamic Religion and Malay Custom Perlis MAEPS rushed to the location as soon as they received information about the incident. MAEPS together with the Social Welfare Department JKM are coordinating as well as updating the actual damage estimate for each affected house. Therefore, the affected residents were asked to lodge a police report and submit it to JKM immediately. Up next, at least 5 killed in southeast Turkey wildfires. A school sheltering families in Khan Yunis was damaged on Thursday after an alleged airstrike on a neighbouring building. Video obtained by the media showed sparks and smoke near houses before Palestinians rushed to the scene afterwards. According to a witness, the building was built by UNRWA as a shelter to 25 homeless Palestinians.
الأطفال نايمين اتصلوا فينا جماعة من برا ايش في؟ قالوا والله اتصلوا في بيت ورانا بدهم يقصفوه. طب وين نروح؟ قالوا روح على مستشفى ناصر ممكن يكون آمن. سبنا الصف ورجعنا على المكان لقينا زي ما انت شايف مدمر ولا شيء ضايل، لا فرشه لا احرام لا اكل لا شرب لا طناجر لا فرشات، ما فيش شيء ضايل للجماعه. طبعا صفي وصفوا والحمد لله يعني زي ما انت شايف. شوف الاطفال كيف مرميين، الفراش تبعهم وين يناموا وين يقعدوا ما فيش. هذا هو مأوانا اساسا، هذا هو مأوانا. الصف هذا فيه 25 نفر.
No casualties were reported from the incident, according to Palestinian health authorities. After more than 8 months into the war in Gaza, the offensive has left Gaza in ruins, killed more than 37,400 people, and left nearly the entire population homeless and destitute. 5 people died and dozens were hurt as a huge wildfire swept through several villages in the Kurdish southeastern Turkey overnight. Images showed flames raging over a large area, lighting up the night sky as vast clouds of smoke billowing into the air. Interior Minister Ali Yarlikaya said the fire started late on Thursday when a stubble burn some 30 kilometers south of Diyarbakir spread quickly due to strong winds affecting 5 villages. The Health Minister Fahrettin Kosa said 7 emergency teams and 35 ambulances were sent to the scene. According to the latest figures from the European Forest Fire Information System, EFIS, Turkey has suffered 74 wildfires so far this year, which have ravaged 12,910 hectares of land. In the summer of 2021, Turkey suffered its worst ever wildfires, which claimed 9 lives and destroyed huge swathes of forested land across its Mediterranean and Asian coasts. Disaster prompted Ankara to push through Turkey's delayed ratification of the Paris Climate Accord, becoming the last of the group of 20 major economies to do so. Experts say climate change is set to fuel more fires and other disasters in Turkey unless measures are taken to tackle the problem. All right, elsewhere in Mexico, government on Thursday said the country has registered 155 deaths associated with high temperatures since March, with 30 in the past week alone. In a weekly report, the Health Secretariat said at least 2,567 people have suffered heat-related illnesses so far this warm season, which started mid-March and will continue until the beginning of October. A dozen Mexican cities broke heat records in May, with an all-time high of 34.7 degrees Celsius recorded in Mexico City on 25th May. At the same time, dozens of howler monkeys dropped dead from the trees in southern Mexico as temperatures rose. Several dams also fell to critical levels, though in some regions tropical storm Alberto brought welcome rains this week. A study released Thursday by the World Weather Attribution said the deadly heat that blanketed the United States, Mexico and Central America in May and June was made 35 times more likely by global warming. Mexico's health ministry has warned that most of the country will continue experiencing hot temperatures. Coming up in sports, Spain beat Italy to reach knockouts as England disappoint in Denmark draw. The Olympic Council of Malaysia, OCM, would submit an appeal to the Southeast Asian Games Federation over the exclusion of several medal prospects spots for the country in the 2025 SEA Games in Thailand. Thailand, during the recent CGF Sports and Rules Committee meeting held in Bangkok, had proposed a 40 sports program together with a flying disc and a tug of war as demonstration sports for the 33rd SEA Games scheduled from 9 to 20th December next year in Bangkok, Chonburi and Songkhla. OCM President Tan Sri Muhammad Nurza Zakaria today said the umbrella body is currently in the process of compiling feedback from the respective National Sports Association NSA to submit the appeal before August 31st deadline.
Berdasarkan dia punya perbincangan dengan kerajaan dia. Okey. Contohnya Kementerian Belia dan Sukan dia lah. So dia come up with it. So dalam mesyuarat kita di peringkat council itu, semua negara akan raise bahawa mengapa tak ada wushu, mengapa tak ada karate, ramai orang terperanjat mengapa tak ada weightlifting, mengapa tak ada jujitsu, ya. So ini adalah proses kita maklumkan dia bahawa kita nak tambahan sukan.
Commenting on the exclusion of the weightlifting, he said it is due to doping violations in the host country. However, with many countries wanting the popular Olympic sport to be held, he hopes the appeal will be received positively. Spain secured a spot in the knockout stages of Euro 2024 with a 1-0 victory over Italy in the heavyweight clash early this morning after England struggled to show their credentials in a 1-1 draw with Denmark. Three times winners Spain got the better of reigning champions Italy at the Arena of Schalke in Gelsenkirchen as Riccardo Calafiori bundled the ball into his own net 10 minutes after half-time to decide the encounter. Italy goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma made several key saves while Lamine Yamal came closer from distance in the second half for La Roja, and the outstanding Nico Williams smashed a shot off the bar. A second win in as many matches for Spain is enough for them to secure top spot in Group B with a game to spare, meaning they already know they will play their last 16 tie in Cologne on 30th June against one of the best third-place finishers. Italy, meanwhile, are not through yet, but a point against Croatia in Leipzig on Monday will clinch second place in the group for Luciano Spalletti's team. Earlier, England could have secured a last 16 spot as well as they took on Denmark in Frankfurt in Group C, but produced an underwhelming performance that leaves more questions over their chances of becoming European champions for the first time. Now, in a rematch of the Euro 2020 semi-final won by England, it was Gareth Southgate's men who got off to a perfect start when Harry Kane slotted home after Kyle Walker caught Danish defender Victor Christiansen napping. Denmark, though, were worthy of at least a point and got it thanks to a spectacular strike by Morten Hjulmand before half-time. Phil Foden hit the post for England, and Denmark's Andreas Christensen came close to a late winner in the second half. But a share of the spoils leaves all to play for in the final games of Group C next Tuesday. Angry England fans beat a hasty exit from the Frankfurt Arena, while the delighted Danes were still cheering and dancing in the stands long after the final whistle. Former England striker Alan Shearer also called it a very poor performance as he questioned why players who press freely for clubs such as Liverpool and Manchester City were sitting so deep. France captain Kylian Mbappe turned up to training wearing a protective mask on Thursday at the Leipzig Stadium ahead of their second group game against the Netherlands tomorrow morning. The mask in the colours of the French flag also boasted his initials. The mask is blue, white and red with Mbappe's initial KM on one side and number 10 flanked by 2 stars representing France's World Cup wins and national rooster emblem. Mbappe should be available for the second European Championship group game against the Netherlands after breaking his nose in their opening 1-0 win over Austria, as confirmed by manager Didier Deschamps. Nonetheless, Netherlands coach Ronald Koeman said it doesn't matter if the French talisman plays against his side or not, as he said France has so many quality players to call on. Mbappe was injured in a collision with Austria's Kevin Danso, and the 25-year-old forward took to social media to ask for help in finding a protective mask so he could face the Dutch in Group D. Meanwhile, Poland coach Michael Probier said they are hoping striker Robert Lewandowski will be fit for their Euro 2024 Group D match against Austria, but are waiting for the green light from the medical team. Lewandowski, Poland's all-time top scorer, picked up a thigh injury in a warm-up friendly against Turkey last week, and though he was named on the bench against the Dutch in the group opener on Sunday, he did not feature in their 2-1 defeat.
No jest bardzo duża różnica, jeżeli ma się najlepszego zawodnika na świecie na ławce i jest to do dyspozycji, który jest, dlatego bardzo ważne jest dla nas, że może być zdrowy i to dzisiaj decyzję podejmiemy w 100% po meczu i mam nadzieję, że ta decyzja od lekarza będzie w 100%, że będzie mógł grać i na pewno będzie do dyspozycji.
The team's medical staff has been working hard to get him fit, and he will be part of the final training on Thursday at Berlin's Olympia Stadium. Netherlands and France have 3 points, while Poland and Austria are without any points. The top 2 automatically qualify for the knockout stage. Alright, so that concludes this edition of Malaysia Tonight. In our top story, most issues in IMD report resolved in first quarter this year. Till then, I'm Shuhaida Arifin from River to the Sea. Palestine will be free. Thank you for watching.